Hi guys, welcome to 12R TV. This is a new segment we're going to do with Club throughout to find things out, for us fans to find things. Thanks Pete for coming for his first interview. Be gentle with me because it's the first time I've done it. First question for you is this a role you thought you'd always do at Club, being a club man and being here from being a young lad?
I think I'd always like to. Being a player here from being a junior. And I think the first team is the only age group I haven't coached. I've coached sort of 7s all the way up to 18s.
Yeah.
But never the first team, so I think when the chance come up, I'm really looking forward to it.
Just come off a paddock there looking at what they're doing, and lads are buzzing about it, saying it was a great session and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was the challenge. I think that was the key, is getting them back in early, and just having a good enjoyable session. Get a bit of running back in the legs, if you've not done a great deal for a while. And I think he wanted to maybe build a couple of sessions before Christmas, and we'll come back in January proper for pre-season proper.
Oh, positive. Going on that then, with your squad numbers and stuff like that, have you got a rough estimate on your squad numbers? I know we're running a first and a second team, but mainly first team, because last season we had a few fixtures that we couldn't fulfil.
Yeah, I don't think we're under any illusions about how tough the challenge is. Last year, I think a lot of people maybe fallen out of love with it a little bit, and the form dipped. And so I think the challenge for me is that core group of players that we had last year is getting them back enjoying it and playing some good rugby. And then we'll look to add to that. Getting a good link between the first and seconds is key as well. I've been coaching seconds for 4 or 5 weeks now with Adam Jones, and that's going really well. Great to see him, a couple of them down as well today with us, and they're always welcome as well. I think it's key for their improvement as well to get as many sessions as they can. So I thought the numbers today were pretty positive for the first one. A couple of missing, we knew we'd be missing. So I think once we get this built up and we build a bit of momentum, I'm sure there'll be another couple come on board as well.
Is it fair to say you're looking at an open age then, rather than a first and second team?
Yeah, I want us all to be one group, because it's important. The second team is always a tricky one, because you get some people that just want to play for a bit of enjoyment and to get out of the house.
I've got a bit of experience in that.
Yeah, you do. You might want to play one week, you don't want to play the other week, and then that's perfectly fine. But then you do find someone in the second team that like the couple that trained today, that do want to push the first team.
A couple of hidden gems.
So it's important that you care for them as well. So that's the challenge of coaching second team rugby, I suppose, is you've got a very mixed bag of people in what they want. So it's important that the ones that just come to enjoy it purely for the social side get that. But we have got a bit of a pathway for the ones that do want to progress into the first team. So we are going to run sessions together. Then we'll break off into our own little units, and then maybe come back at the end. So I've really enjoyed with the second team for the past couple of weeks. They're a great bunch, and we've seen some steady improvement in them as well. So yeah, I think as a whole we are one unit. We are one big team, but we're all maybe playing a little bit different motivations.
Yeah, which is fair to say.
Yeah.
New players that have come down. Can you tell us a little about a couple of them?
Yes, there's been a couple that have, obviously my son Jack has been playing at York Acorn for the past season.
He's an old new face.
Yeah, he's based in York. So there's a couple come along with him that have added to the team that'll do well. So it's their first session today, and they're fitted in great. So we'll just give a couple of sessions, see how they feel. At this stage of the season, there's quite a few players on the fence about where they're playing. Most players get tapped up by quite a few clubs, so I think that's why we thought we'd get a session in early and get people enjoying it and get people around. And I thought, the really good atmosphere amongst the people, today on the sidelines. When you've got the likes of Joel Garrett, Tom Brandon, Wayne Green, on the side like that. It's just great to have people like that around, involved, and we've got a good unit of people to make them feel welcome. And I thought they did today. They dropped in the session really, really well, and it gives something to build on for next week.
It's probably not. Rugby philosophy, how you want to try and get the team to play and stuff like that. Can you elaborate on that a bit for us?
Yeah, I think that there's sort of two aspects that we need to improve mainly. I think technically I could write you a big list of things we need to improve on, but you know yourself, mate. Everything's a knock-on effect. If one thing ain't right, it has a knock-on effect to the rest. So sometimes you can pick things out last year's games that weren't great, but it's more looking at why they weren't great, and I think that's what we're sort of looking at now. So we're stripping it right back to basics for pre-season, starting from the beginning and building up. But I think the other side of things, I just think players need to be happy and comfortable in what they're doing. And that's key for me now, is getting them all on board, getting them all buy into what we're trying to do, creating a good culture, a good environment where they're enjoying the rugby again. I think, watching a few games over the last couple of seasons, some lads have looked a little bit down and not themselves. So I think, creating a good environment for them playing, getting a good team structure. I'm a little bit more structured than maybe they've had over the past couple of years. Some coaches let the players have a free rein and go out and play, and sometimes that works. Yeah. I don't think that's worked, recently. So I think we're going to be a little bit more structured this year, so the players will know exactly what they're doing and where we need to get to and what we need to.
Have you got a target for next year? Or is that another question we need to ask later on?
Yeah, I think a lot's been said about the league structure, so we don't actually know exactly what's going to happen with that. I know some lads have been quite disappointed with not being in the league they wanted to be next year. Yeah. But that is our own doing as a club. As a team, we've competed in that league for 10, 12, 15 years. I don't know, and we've done great. I think this year we're paying the price for a poor year last year. So I think realistically, if we're in the league we think we're in, the aim is promotion and nothing else. Yeah. And I think we've got to be quite open and honest with that. Because if we were in the Yorkshire A and B, 1 and 2, whatever you call it, in the conference, I'd be confident of competing at the top of that. So the fact that we're not in that, I think we've got to be, promotion is everything to us this year. We've got to win that league. We've got to get that league.
1 step back, 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
It's fair enough, isn't it? I suppose, like we just spoke about, is there a fixture that you can look forward to? Well, I don't know if you know who you're playing, so. No,
and then that's it, yeah, because when you look at the conference play at the moment, a lot of the teams we played last year are in that, and we're not. Yeah. Because obviously, like, the way we finished last year with relegation, so it'd be really interesting to see what teams are in our league next year. I haven't got a clue.
Another question for another time.
Yeah, we'll be mixed with, the likes of Yorkshire 1 and below. I don't know. Will there be new teams coming into that? So it's going to be a bit of a. What it has created is create something different. I think being in Yorkshire Premier year and year and year and year, it does get a bit repetitive. Yeah. So I think at least next season, it is a little bit different. We'll be playing different teams and different environments, and it's a completely different challenge. So I think wherever we are, wherever we end up, it's our own doing, and we'll just play the cards we dealt.
That's it. Play what's in front of you. I've been asked to ask you this, and I'm interested as well. Will we see Green Senior pulling a shirt with Green Junior again?
I'm hoping though, mate.
Do you believe that?
I'm hoping though, but I've said that several times. What I've said to the lads, I've got no intention on playing. I'm looking at coaching only. But if we're having a tough time, there's no way I'll see the lads short. So if anything happens, as it does, amateur rugby is like that, isn't it? Your work commitments, injuries, unavailabilities. Yeah. You never know what position you're going to be at. So I'll never say never. I made the stupid thing of saying I was done a while back, and I'd never say that again because you never know what's going to happen.
Fingers crossed the fans get one away.
I'll never see the team was short, but I think it's in the best interest of the team if I don't play, if I purely coach.
Last question, we'll keep it short, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Do you need a better looking assistant than Joel, who's got a nice tash, slightly balding, knows plenty about rugby, not bad looking?
I'm always open to offers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joel, I don't know what Joel does, if I'm being honest. he rocks up late. He stands and talks. I tried to move him into a team management role, which he's kicking back on. I think he just wants a free tracksuit.
Yeah.
So if you know anyone that wants to contribute, I don't know if you've got anyone in mind.
Possibly.
No, you've got anyone in mind that might contribute a little more than Joel, then much appreciated.
Watch your space, Joel. Come in. Well, thanks for that, Pete.
No, thanks.
I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.